specifically what needs to get done. I don't think it takes rocket science to start, open up, and close. But either way, so he sat with me for 12 weeks. Week after week after week, and I shared yesterday, I asked about the dinosaurs. I asked about it all. Because I had questions. I'm like, if I'm going to believe this, I need to know. Because I'm not going to believe what anyone tells me. I've got to experience this. Shortly after that, within months, I was water baptized. And then God said, marry the woman you're with. And I said, God, I'm not ready. I blew the last one. I don't know if I can do that because my track record. He said, I want you to marry her. And I said, okay. It was like the first time that how you just like almost could have audibly heard it because it was something you didn't want to do, but you're like, okay, this better be you. So in church, I walked back to the back and I look at my wife and I said, okay, we need to get married. And she said, well, okay, in church. But it was that moment of obedience that sprang forth immeasurable blessing in my life. It was literally within months of that, my business quadrupled. I ended up getting an office in California, Chicago within a couple years after that, Tampa, Florida within 6 months of that. So we're like immediately all over the map doing advertising. I remember speaking in front of my congregation saying, I'm just here, I don't know how to explain it. I literally show up to work and I'm scared somebody's going to find out I have no clue what I'm doing. That's how it was. I don't have a college degree, so everything I learned is experience. And so I experienced a lot of hard things during that time too. Good experiences and bad. So that's the story of getting saved at 30.
So since then, what have you been doing since then?
Marketing,
okay.
Up until literally about 6 months ago. And the Lord said, stop. And that was hard because my identity was in what I did, big time. I wish I could tell you that the minute I got saved, I was completely healed of every dysfunction I had. I still had so much to prove and all this drive. Well, and that's why I said, sometimes you don't know why things happen. But just like with the mission, my business started to dwindle. I'm like, God, I'm being faithful here, I'm tithing, I'm doing everything that I did in the beginning. And it was like the scripture I was just reading in Galatians 5. He says, David, anything that's not done by my grace, you're earning it, it's not going to work. So none of it matters. So he just said, stop. You got to stop. So I put it down slowly. I put it down to a guy, and I would relinquish it, and until finally, God said, no, take your name off everything and walk away. Bless your friend. And that was it. Didn't sell it for a dime. Walked away from it, and he still has it. And that's where we are with the business. But as I shared